Hi, and welcome to another Stateless Tech Insight. I'm Simon Wheeler, and we have the privilege of Mike Anderson, our VP of Marketing from Stateless, here again. And one of the things that in our last Tech Insight we talked about, we were kind of left on a cliffhanger.
That's right.
And the cliffhanger was how the fact that Stateless had done something different when it comes to routing. And one of the interesting things we heard was that routing is really 3 steps, and the middle step was the one that was really difficult. And there was an astounding stat that you talked about of millions of lines of code just to do something really simple, and that it really shouldn't take a village to route a packet.
Right.
And this cliffhanger you left us on, which was talking about how Stateless had separated state.
Right.
I was wondering if you could explain a little more about that.
Yeah, it's actually kind of one of the misconceptions. People talk about us as being stateless. We're really not stateless per se. What we did is we enabled the system to have stateless processes. And so just to kind of reiterate, right, we said routing, you think about it, it's 3 steps, very simple. Read a packet, figure out where that packet should go, which involves reading the state, and then do it. Drop the packet, change its address, whatever.
Right.
And the challenge with all the existing systems is that managing that state is very complicated. It takes this huge table of information, which becomes really cumbersome. It takes a lot of code, and like as I mentioned, really, really complicated. So people have known about this for a long time, and they said, hey, if we could take the state out of it, if we could just do the 2 things that we need to do, which is read the packet and do the thing we're supposed to do, and not have to worry about maintaining the state, leave that state someplace else, things would be a lot faster and a lot simpler. Well, and that's what we did. So the patent that Murad Blon and Eric Keller created was really a system to say, we're going to take the state and we're going to figure out how to look up that state table very, very quickly, which allows us to process packets and build that and do that process with very, very tight pieces of code, which we call network microservices or micro network functions. Really tight pieces of code that can operate very fast and very scalable.
So it's thousands of lines of code as opposed to millions of lines of code.
Bingo, exactly.
And yeah, that's one of the fundamental differences. The fact that if the smaller it is, the more portable, the more flexible, just like a micro network function.
Exactly.
So there you have it. We are now off our cliffhanger, which is great, but we've only just started the story here, I think.
Yes.
And I would suggest dial in for another set of Stateless Tech Insight videos and check them out on our website. And we look forward to speaking to you soon.